Hello everyone, welcome back to sqadia.com. Today we are back with another video on Mendel's law. So, let's get started. Each gene determines a particular trait in an organism. Each individual carries at least one pair of genes for each trait. For convenience, pairs of genes are represented by a letter or symbol. Both members of a gene pair may be the same in some individuals. This is a condition which we may represent as capital A and capital A, or small a and smaller, or capital B and capital B, and different in others, such as capital A and small a, or capital B and small b. It means that a gene exists in more than one alternate forms. In this example, capital A and small a are the two alternate forms of a gene, and capital B and small b are the alternate forms of another gene. The alternate forms of a gene are called alleles. If an individual has capital A and small a gene pair, capital A and small a are the alleles of one another. In this individual, allele with capital A is located on one of the two homologous chromosomes, and the allele with small a is on the other chromosome. When chromosomes separate during meiosis, alleles also separate, and each gamete gets one of the two alleles from both parent. When unite the zygote, and the offspring also receives one allele from each parent. Now let's discuss what is genotype and its types. Genotype is the specific combination of genes in an individual. It is of two types, homozygous and heterozygous. The genotype, in which the gene pair contains two identical alleles, is called homozygous genotype, such as capital A and capital A, or small a and small a. The genotype in which the gene pair contains two different alleles is called heterozygous genotype, such as capital A and small a. In order to understand the concept of genotype, let's consider an example trait, that is, albinism. It is a condition in which normal body pigments are absent. Like other traits, it is also controlled by one pair of genes. We can represent the two alleles of the pair as capital A and small a. Free combinations or genotypes are possible for these two alleles, capital A and capital A, and small a and small a, capital A and small a. These genotypes can be grouped into two types. Homozygous, because the gene pair contains two identical alleles, and heterozygous, because the gene pair contains two different alleles. When in the heterozygous condition, one allele masks or prevents the expression of the other, it is called the dominant allele. The allele which is not expressed is called recessive. The dominant alleles are represented by capital letters, and recessive alleles by lowercase letters. Albinism is a recessive trait. It means it is produced when both alleles are recessive. In humans, allele with capital A produces normal body pigments, while allele with small a does not produce pigments. Albinism is a recessive trait. It means It is produced when both alleles are recessive. And we have discussed that. Recessive alleles by lowercase letters, that is, small a and small a, no pigments will be produced, and the individual will be albino. On the other hand, individual will be normal. If genotype is capital A and capital A, or capital A and small a, the individual will produce pigments. In this example, you see that the allele with capital A dominates over allele with small a, and the effect of allele with small a is suppressed by allele with capital A, because in individual with capital A and small a, pigments are produced. The expression of this genotype in the form of trait, in our example being albino or having normal pigmentation, is known as the phenotype. But remember that a dominant allele only suppresses the expression of recessive allele. It does not affect its nature. Now, moving towards our main topic, and that's the Mendel's laws of inheritance. Gregor Mendel was a priest in Austria. He developed the fundamental principles of genetics. Mendel proposed that there are special factors in organisms which control the expression of traits and their transmission to next generations. These factors were eventually termed genes. Mendel selected pea plant, called as Pisum sativum, to carry out a large number of experiments. In his writings, he gave reasons for this selection. He argued that an organism for genetic experiments should have the special features. Let's discuss these features. There should be a number of different traits that can be studied. These different traits will be discussed later in this video. The organism should have contrasting traits. For example, for the trait of height, there should be only two very different phenotypes. That is, tallness and dwarfness. The organism, if it is a plant, should be self-fertilizing. But cross-fertilization should also be possible. The organism should have a short but fast life cycle. As we have said, there should be a number of different traits. Now let's discuss these different traits. In pea plant, first is seed shape. It can be round or wrinkled. Second is seed color. It can be yellow or green. Third is flower color. It can be red or purple. Fourth is pod shape. It can be flat or constricted. Fifth is pod color. It can be green or yellow. Sixth is flower position. It can be terminal or axial. And last is stem length. It can be long or short. All these features are present in pea plant. Normally, the flowers of pea plant allow self-pollination. It is from one flower to another with same plant. But cross-pollination can also be done by transferring the pollen grains from the flower on one plant to the flower on another plant. Each trait studied in pea plant had two distinct forms. Mendel succeeded in his work not only because he selected the right organisms for his experiments, but also because he analyzed the results by using the principles of statistics or ratios. So, two Mendel's laws are Mendel's law of segregation and Mendel's law of independent assortment. So, this was all about this section. In our next section, we will talk about the Mendel's law of segregation.
Explore our extensive library of over 1,800 video lectures to learn about a wide range of topics. Only on sqadia.com.